Hey everyone, this is Scott from Throughout to Grow podcast. Welcome to our Star Trek Discovery Season 2, Episode 9 Thoughts video. Just finished watching Season 2, Episode 9, Project Daedalus, where we see the Discovery crew infiltrate Section 31's headquarters, and suspicions arise that the crew may have a traitor in their midst. Meanwhile, Burnham tries to help Spock, but her efforts don't go as planned. So I just finished watching this episode, and I really enjoyed this episode. In this one, we see Ariam, who's a character whose name I did not learn until this one. I always thought she was a cool-looking character, but she was always just another member of the crew. But Ariam plays a big part in this episode, and I really enjoyed that. I like that this season seems to be introducing us a little bit more to each of the members of the crew. We're learning a little bit more about them. In the first season, we mainly only focused on Burnham, who wasn't even technically a crew member, but only kind of. But I like that this season we're starting to learn a little bit more about the other ones besides just Tilly. We're learning more about Saruk and all of them, and I really enjoyed that. So that was really interesting. It was fun, focused on her, and it was interesting to see where this it looked like she got hacked is the easiest way to put it. I don't want to spoil this episode too much, but I'm going to spoil it, so actually scratch that. Spoiling everything. If you haven't watched this episode yet, you should watch it, then come back and watch this video. But yeah, so I really enjoy that she ends up being hacked. We saw that, like, we were hinted to that already in the last couple episodes, but then we see how it plays out in this episode, and I really enjoy it. It's a very sad, unfortunate ending for this character whose, name I only learned in this episode. But so hopefully that doesn't happen to all the crew members. But it was still an interesting story nonetheless. It seemed to be that the computer system of Star Trek is against Burnham for some reason. There's some Project Daedalus. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm just very curious that they've introduced another mystery in here along everything else. Like, it starts off that it seems like Section 31 seems to be trying to take over Starfleet, but now it seems that the control, which is a computer, which is an AI, is trying to take over itself and is trying to get itself an AI body and upgrade itself. And I'm just like, oh snap, we're getting some more stuff in this season. I was ready to just discover what was going on with the Red Angels, but apparently this kind of connects in with them. I guess they're trying to stop, control. It seems that control's connected in with all this. I don't know. But I really liked it nonetheless. I'm very curious. It really makes me want to watch more of this season. So I really like that they introduced this kind of, I don't know if it's a new thing or if it's another piece to the puzzle we've already gotten. I guess we'll find out once we get through this season. But yeah, some of the other things I like is that we see Spock and Burnham play 3D chess, which I still to this day don't understand how that exactly works. I know how to play chess. 3D chess just makes no sense to me, but at the same time, I've never tried to learn. But nonetheless, I like that was kind of a nod to other Star Trek movies and shows, so that was an interesting little take. And I like to see those two siblings kind of, being a little competitive, but then butting heads over it. Reminds me of me and my siblings. We occasionally play chess as well. Not 3D chess though, but that was still a nice little scene to see. It was interesting. And it's interesting to see them kind of, the way it plays out. Spock apparently is enjoying having emotions right now, and I'm just like, oh, that's very not Spock, I guess. I don't know, but it's still interesting nonetheless. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed this episode, especially since we get a lot of focus on this new character, even though we end up losing her. I hope in some way they bring her back. But we'll see. But yeah, that's all my thoughts for this episode of Star Trek Discovery, Season 2, Episode 9. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode, if you liked it, if you didn't, how you're feeling about this season overall. Thanks again for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a good one.